How you doing, Boone?
Good.
My question is, we haven't seen the Yankees hitter do what they supposed to do in the last couple of days. Um, that we're gonna see Jason Dominguez sometimes in the lineup.
Uh, I mean, not right now, but it's playoffs. You never know moving forward. He's not in there tonight, but always ready to go.
Do you think you think before if you wanna move up, Judge second or down a little bit just to take a little bit pressure out of him hitting third right now in the World Series?
It's the World Series. No, that's our guy, and um, there's pressure in the series, whatever spot you're hitting. So he's our guy, and confident he'll get it going.
Andy, right to your right.
Uh, Aaron, in terms of using your bench, in particular for pinch hit opportunities,
Mhm.
it's unique this time of year, obviously, how long it's been since some guys have played, had
Yep.
at bat. So at what point do guys like Dominguez or whoever else start to get cold where you have to think harder about up there against a great relief pitcher?
Yeah. I mean, that plays in. Like the way we're set up, we're not really built to like have that pinch hit or platoon. John Birdie was kind of the right-handed option with some of our lefties. That's kind of gone away. So that's just part of who we are and where we're at in the season. But that being said, they're all ready to go and need to be on a moment's notice. I say all the time, like they might find themselves up in the biggest moment of the season. So we'll keep them as ready as we can.
But is it change what you sort of bake into your calculation for making a pinch hit call as we get deeper into the month? Is that part of the?
I guess a little bit, but again, there's not a lot of with our group that I'm hitting for guys in certain situations.
Fourth row on your right, Aaron. On your far right, John.
It's hard to believe it's been almost 2 weeks since you guys have played a game here at this point. How do you think that's going to impact the group to have the fans tonight?
Yeah, hopefully it puts a charge in us. I know everyone's looking forward in doing it and going out there in Yankee Stadium in the World Series. So I was thinking about on the flight home a little bit. It's like we've had a lot of workouts here, but it has been a minute. So we're excited to get back here. It's going to be a cool night, and it's going to feel like the World Series, and our guys are ready for it.
And standing right behind there.
Aaron, there's been a fair amount made so far in the World Series about you guys maybe not working the at-bats as long as we saw during the regular season. How do you walk that line of making sure you're in the aggressive swings that you preach, but also making their pitchers work?
Well, I mean, we're 2 games into this, and in the second game, I think Yamamoto did a really good job of once he got a lead of really attacking and getting ahead. So, part of being patient is not sitting around and digging a hole for yourself. I think one of the guys, I point to Glaber. One of the things that's been so good about him for the last 3 months is there's a patient component to what he's doing and getting on base. And there's been a number of, 7, 8, 10 pitch at bats, but he's also going up there looking to get after it right away on pitch 1. So that's a fine line. Like if they're working and trying to get ahead of you, you got to be ready for that. And now as at bats start to unfold, as people nibble, hopefully that's where our strength shows up.
First row on your left, Aaron. Chris.
Lefties have hit Buehler very well this season.
Mm-hmm.
So why Trevino over Wells today?
Righties have hit him pretty well too, and historically he's fairly. We view him very neutral. This just comes down to. I just felt like it was the right day to get Trevi in there with what Austin's gone through a little bit offensively the last couple months. Again, I still maintain I have a ton of confidence in Austin that he's going to have a big at bat for us, the right at bat for us. But I just felt like getting some more balance in there was the right thing to do tonight.
And with the offense kind of sputtering a little bit in these past 2 games, was there any consideration of shaking up the lineup even further?
I considered a couple things on the long flight home, but this is what I settled on.
I assume you don't want to share some of the considerations?
Nah, I considered a couple different iterations.
We'll stay there in the first row.
Aaron Crystal Rich, KTLA. You're going against a pitcher you haven't seen much in Walker Buehler. You spoke about it a little bit, but what is the biggest key to making some of those adjustments at the plate to get the hits you guys are looking for?
Yeah, I mean, again, ultimately hitting comes down to taking advantage of mistakes. You know, having a convicted plan up there of what you're going up there to look for, where you're looking for it, and then being able to control the strike zone, which is, you know, a hallmark of our success. It's what the Dodgers do really well. You know, making sure we're swinging at the pitches we want to swing at. And if we can do that, we'll give ourselves a good chance.
And what is the mood amongst your guys right now? Down 2 games, but back at home.
Yeah, we're relishing the opportunity to try and get back in a series tonight. I mean, I think the guys are in a great frame of mind. We're ready to go, and you know, we know how obviously important this game is tonight.
5th row on your right, Barry.
Aaron, you take this job, you know the history of the franchise, kind of the enormity of it. What is it like to go through seasons where really the only acceptable outcome is either getting here or winning the whole thing?
I don't know. It's what you know here, being here. It's part of it. It's part of the beauty of it. Like, there's tremendous expectations for good reason, and we try and run to those and embrace it, and you know, work really hard to put ourselves in a position to have an opportunity to do this, compete for a world championship. So when you're in it, you just kind of nose down and trying to achieve that ultimate goal.
Standing beyond the 1st row on your right, Peter.
Is there anything, either in this postseason so far or before this, that tells you Clark Schmidt is ready for this moment? Is there anything you've seen from him that gives you confidence for this stage?
Yeah, I've seen his growth now for 4 years. I talk all the time about his confidence. He'll be the most confident guy on the field tonight. I promise you that. So, and for good reason. He's got the stuff and the arsenal and everything to back it up. So whatever his results are tonight, I know he'll be expecting excellence and walking out there with a lot of confidence. And it's really been fun to see him grow over these 4 years, how much he's really gotten so much better year in and year out. Credit to his work ethic, credit to his aptitude, and then ultimately credit to the stuff he walks out there with.
We'll stay over there with Andy and then Tim.
Rodon said the other night that he didn't think the blister would impact availability going forward. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling, but you know, obviously we'll pay attention to it.
Go back to Tim. A little bit further back to the right, standing.
On Saturday, Ohtani walked off the field in obvious pain, and the Dodgers said he had a partially dislocated shoulder. What was your reaction when you saw or heard that just 2 days later he'd be right back in the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all hoping he was okay. You know, you see him walking off holding it like that. You know, obviously that's a concern, but hopefully he is okay. And, you know, we want to all be out here competing with and against the best, and obviously Shohei embodies that. So hopefully everything's okay, and you know, we'll get to go compete against him.